the road to recovery after the accident wasn't really good. For one, I didn't welcome the accident. I thought the accident was such a horrible thing. I even thought that the accident was God's punishment. And I would often ask God, why do you have to punish me this way? You are so cruel, why? And then, during that time of darkness, that's also the time that I felt closest most to God, because He helped me, strengthened me, and nourished me, and made me feel loved by the people around me, even though I tried to reject it. And then I realized that God is not a God of punishment, but God is a God of love. And you know, we all have our troubles and trials, and sometimes those trials are God's way of showing us how much He loves us, because He teaches us lessons through them. For me, He taught me so many wonderful things. He allowed me to realize how wonderful life is, and how, you know, how sometimes we take for granted the life that we have. We put everything for tomorrow, most especially showing love for other people. We think that if we give other people many material gifts, many material things, that is love. But I realized that love is something that we shouldn't postpone for tomorrow, because in my case, 1 minute I'm alive and the next minute I was almost dead. Life is very temporary, and it made me appreciate more the love that God has for me in the many circumstances in my life. Now I am able to appreciate and recognize that God loves me even in the most difficult circumstance that happens in my life, even in the most ugly or cruel person that comes along my way. I'm able to realize that God loves me through those people. And Father Stan is one of those people that allowed me to appreciate how much God loves me. I realized that love really is the source, it's the bind, it's the thing that heals everything. It heals old wounds, it heals relationship, it heals faith, it heals even our own selves, the way that we see ourselves. The accident brought my mother closer to her in-laws. She was able to appreciate more the love that they have for me and also for her. And also because my grandmother was praying, God, Pamela is an only child, have pity on her mother. So my mother saw her in-laws, her mother-in-law's love for me as a translation of her love, not only for me but also for her. And that healed the relationships. Until now, my grandmother would always speak very fondly of my mother. And also, I think, Father Stan, you are a great force of love for our family. Your presence brought our family together in so many instances. My grandmother will tell her children, oh, Father Stan is coming. So all of us would gather, even my cousins would come just to be able to see you. And we were just so inspired by your hard work, by your perseverance, by your dedication. And seeing how much you love St. Arnold also inspires us with so many wonderful things.
Yeah, that's the moving force, St. Arnold, you know, and I developed a devotion to him and was trying to promote him to the seminarians and novices and so forth. And I was so happy to be involved in this canonization process, to see him through to become a saint. That it's a great joy for me, and all the cooperation you and your mother gave, especially coming even to the States here and going around to the parishes and giving witness. And you never refused to give witness. I mean,
No,
we're always available to
of course. that's the very least I can do to show my love also to St. Arnold Johnson, who has all through these years continued to bless me, guide me, help me and enlighten me. Help me to finish school, finish college, 2 degrees in college, help me to go through my MA. Because I always tell people that without St. Arnold, without God's help, I wouldn't even know how I would be able to finish all those schoolworks. It's very inspiring also that at least in my lifetime, I have known one priest who would really stop every 15 minutes to say the quarter hour prayer.
Yeah,
And that's only you.
I try to keep that up. So our founder's heritage, called the jewel, he taught us to pray every 15 minutes when the clock strikes or clock chimes, to make acts of faith, hope, and charity.